Which applications we can say like a static, which applications we can say like a dynamic. Okay, simple. Static is nothing but the content never change. Starting to ending, the content always like same. In the web page, the content never change. Understood? Dynamic is nothing but the content is like keep on change. Dynamic is nothing but the content is like keep on changing. Okay, I have one small requirement. What you know? See, 1 second. Yeah, this is my browser. In the browser, I have header is there. I have one menu is there. I have one folder is there. Okay. Now here header, some header. Okay. My web, my web app. Here I have some menu items, home, about, contact, like this. Okay. Now here, okay, copyrights belongs to whom? Like that. Copyrights belongs to whom? Like this one text is there. See, I have a header text, home, about to contact, three menu items are there and footer is there. If I click on the home, okay, home related content is going to load. If I click on the about content is going to load. If I click on the contact related content is going to load. Okay. Now in this particular requirement, am I using any DB related stuff? Am I using any database functionality? Am I using any DB functionality? No, right? No, right? It's a kind of what? Header and a footer. Okay, it's like a static, never change. Home related content also never change. About related content also not change. And contact related content also not change. Okay, now there is no data is like keep on changing. Nothing is there. Always whatever the content first time loaded, that is always like what? And till end. There is no change at all. Okay, it's always like same only. Now this kind of web applications, what we can say, static web applications or not. There is no change. The data is never change. Okay, now in this particular requirement, I don't have any work with database. If you don't have any work with database, then server-side application is required or not required? Come on. If you don't have any work with the database, server-side application is required or not required? Not required, right? Okay, when the server-side application is required, if my client requires some functionality, client want to perform some operations, client application want to perform some operations on my database. Okay, that time is my client able to communicate with the database or not able to communicate with the database? Client application, tell me. These are like basic things. Client application able to communicate with the DB or not able to communicate? Come on. Client application are able to connect with the DB or not? No, right? My client application not able to connect with the DB. My browser, client is nothing but my browser. My browser is not able to communicate with the database directly. Then that time whose help is required? Server side application help
Server
is. So if there is no functionality, there is no work, nothing. there is no work with my database, then the time server application is required or not required? Not required, right? Not required. Now, see here, this particular browser, my header, my footer, my home content, the about content, contact content, always like what? Same content, only starting to ending, it is going to load or not. If the content is not changed, it is like always load the same content. That kind of web applications, what we can say, static web applications or not. The content never change. Understood? Sometimes what happened in my application, the content is like keep on changing. The content is like keep on changing. That kind of web applications, what we can say, it's like a dynamic web applications or not. The content not changed, it's a static. Okay, content is like keep on changing based on your action. That one we can say like what? Dynamic or not. Okay, simple dynamic application. How it is, I have one more tab also there, users tab. What is my tab name? Users tab. Whenever you click on the users tab, I have the users list in the database. That users list you have to get it. Can anyone tell me the flow? Whenever you click on the users tab, okay, I want to get the users details from my database and get it. How we can get it? Okay, if you want, I can show you something like this. Now see this. This is my web application. This is my web application. Now see, whenever I click on the result, whenever I click on the result, how many people written the test, that the guy result I want to see. Now see, if I click on the result, now see, okay, somebody written the test. Okay, this is the result or not? Yes or no? This is the result or not? For example, if I write the test again, now see this. If I write the test, okay, simply I written the test, write test, HTML, submit. Okay, just I am going to write something like this, submit. Okay, okay, done. Now, if I go here, if I see here, see this swine, okay, Susanta is the last record, right? Now, if I go to the right program, okay, if I come back to result, now see this Srinu at the rate gmail.com. My data changed or not changed? Come on, my data changed or not? Tell me, is it like always same? Is it like always same? In the past, which record is the first one? Come on. Which record is the first one? Okay, Susanta, this record, right? Now, after that, some other person written the test so that that particular person result is visible here or not. So this content is static or dynamic? Is my content is like always same or keep on changing?
Changing,
Dynamic.
dynamic.
Keep on changing. It's like a dynamic. So can I say my write test.in? It's a kind of dynamic website or not? Yes or no? Agree with me, all? Are okay. When you can go with the server side application in your requirement, when you can go with the server side application, tell me one line answer. Hey, in this case we need server side application, in this case it is not required, like that. Can anyone tell me one line answer? When you require like a server side application?
When we connect with database,
Yeah, I have some, okay, I have some operation to perform on my database. Then that time you should have to use a server side application or not. You need to take server side application help or not. Why? Because my client side application not able to connect with whom? Not able to connect with whom?
Database.
Database. Database or not. That the reason, okay, server side application is required. Okay, when you not required, when you not required, come on, when you not required, Hmm? Very simple, right? My application is like a static. My application is like a static. My content is not taking from the database or some other resource. In that case, we not required, okay, your backend application. Why? Because I don't have any work with the database. Understood, everyone? Got some idea when you can go with the server side application? All are okay? Which one we can say like a static web application? Which one we can say like a dynamic web applications? Agreed, everyone? Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay, then. Now, the next one is like yesterday we discussed about the keywords, right? Okay, we discussed about the keywords. We'll discuss each and every keyword functionality wise, how it is going to work. We'll see that one later. Okay, now at the same time, I asked you to install Python software in your machines. Did you install? I asked you to install Python software in your machines. Did you install Python
Yes, sir.
software? If you not install it. Okay. First, step by step, we can see now. First thing, if you want to work with Python, that means if you want to develop any backend application with Python, or if you want to work with any data science related applications, okay, either ML or DL, Python code, if you used to do that particular requirement, first of all, in your mission, Python software should install. Python software should install. So Python is like a open source. What is this open source? Open source means what? Python is like a open source, is nothing but very simple. First thing is like, as a developer, if you want to use some technology, if they given like for free of cost, if they not charge anything, that kind of technologies we can say like a open source technologies. At the same time, whatever they written, Python code and everything, that is like that source code is like open, anyone can see what they written, anyone can see what kind of code they written. Their source code is like open. Okay, nothing is there, everything is like public. Okay, no need to pay any amount, directly you can use it. That kind of softwares, if you find somewhere, those are like come under open source softwares. Tell me some open source softwares, some technologies, open source technologies. Okay, Java. If you want to use Java, directly you can use it, no need to pay any amount. Okay, next, React also is like a open source. Angular also, it's like a open source. Okay, Python, no need to pay anything. This is also kind of open source only. PHP, Node.js, these all are come under open source or not. Okay, some of the technologies are like commercial. You have to pay some amount if you want to use their features. Okay, Microsoft technologies like .NET, these all are like what?
AWS.
Yes or no? So Python is like a open source software. Directly you can get it from the internet and you can install it. So once you install, okay, get the software and install. Once you install, how to check? Is it like really installed in my machine or not? Is my Python really installed or not? How we can check it? Is my Python really installed in my machine or not? How we can check it? Very simple. Okay, open your command prompt. Open your command prompt. Just type py. Just type py. Type py and click on enter. Whenever you can, if you see this kind of message, then I can say Python is installed in your machine. Open command prompt. Open command prompt. If installed, if installed, you can see the message like this. You enter py. If I click on this one, which version you installed, that version you can see. When if installed, if not installed, then what happened? Anyone knows? If not installed, then that time what kind of message you can get it? What kind of message you can get it? What kind of message you can get it? Now see this kind of message you can get it. Python is not installed or recognized as an external or internal command. Okay, if my Python is not installed, you can get the message like this. Py is not recognized as an internal or external command. If not installed, you can see like this. If it is like installed, you can see the latest version, which one you installed, that one you can see. That one you can see. Understood, everyone? How to check is my Python software installed or not installed? Open command prompt, just type py. If you see this kind of message, I can say like what? Yes, Python installed. If you see this kind of message, py is not recognized as an external or internal command, that kind of message if you see, then you can say Python is not installed. Understood? All are okay? Okay na? Okay then. Once you installed Python, once you installed Python, see, you can see the cursor is blinking, right? Now it is like what? Entered into the Python world. Okay, now you are in the Python world, entered into Python environment. If once you are in the Python environment, if you want to come out from that world, just do exit. Whenever you do like this, whenever you written the command exit, then you come out from the Python world or not. If you want to enter again, just you can type py. Now you are in the Python world. You can, whenever you are in the Python world, you can write any program of a Python. See, first Python program, hello world, very simple. See this, how simple it was. Okay, there is no background, nothing is required to learn. I already told to you, do we need any prerequisites to learn this Python? Nothing is required. Nothing is required. Understood? Got my point? What is this sprint? What is this hello world? We'll see that one. Our goal is not this one. Our goal is like set up the environment. If you want to come out, if you want to come out, you can come out like this or not. Agreed, everyone? All are okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
The next one is like, this is one environment. You can write small programs and everything is okay. The next one, in my mission, Python not installed. Actually, I am not a Python developer. I am a .NET developer. But okay, only for today, okay, only 10 minutes, I need okay, Python environment to run one Python program. For that purpose, okay, one option is like you install Python, you can work on, okay, you can work on Python programs. You can write the Python program. That is one option. But you are Python developer, .NET developer, you are a .NET developer. How much time is required? Okay, only 10 minutes time is enough to run the Python code snippet. That's it. To run the Python code snippet, just I needed like only 10 minutes. Then that time, why I need this Python software? Some of the companies, they're not allowed directly install the Python software. Okay, first you have to raise a request and then they approve it and then automatically install in your machines. It's a process. It's take like okay, minimum 2 to 3 hours. For my 10 minutes work, why I need to wait for 3 to 4 hours? Why I need to wait for 3 to 4 hours without install Python software in my mission? Is there any options? Is there any option is there to run my Python program? Is there any option is there to run my Python program? Yes, very simple thing. We have some online editors, you can find it. Okay, what you can find online editors, Python editors, so that you can simply go to Google, just type python online editor. Whenever you type this one, you can see multiple online editors you have. Which one you preferred, you can go. I want to go with the W3 schools, for example. You can go like this. Okay, otherwise you can say like instead of this, I want to go with the tutorial point. Now see, if I click on this, now see, they provided you the environment. Now if you want to run the Python program, click on the execute. You can see the hello world or not. To run the Python program, only 10 minutes work. Which one you want me to follow? Procedure. Which procedure? You want me to go with the online editor, or you want me to raise a request and get the approval and install the Python software, open the command prompt and run the program? Which approach is the best? Which approach is the best? You are not a Python developer, you are a .NET developer. Just instantly I want. Then the time, come on, can I go with the online editor?
Online editors.
Can I go with the online editors? Yes, you can go with the online editor. You can run the program and everything. Is that's okay, fine. Okay, now appear okay, everyone? Okay. Now I am not a .NET developer. I am the Python developer. I am going to work on one of the project. It's like a 3 years project. So there has hundreds of Python program okay, Python files, by hundreds of files. I need to create and write some source code and everything. This much functional, this much scope is there to my project. It's like a 3 years project. Then that time. So for 2 ways run the Python program, I said. Then that time, these 2 ways recommended or not recommended? Can I use or not use? Now you are a Python engineer. You want to work with one project which has multiple Python files based on the requirement. In that case, these two approaches are like recommended one or not recommended? Come on. I said like multiple files, right? Is there any scope is there to create a multiple files here? Tell me in the online editor.
No.
No, right? Okay. Next, if you come to this particular command prompt also, instantly you can write something. Is there any scope is there to create a files here? No, right? No, right? So that in that case, can you go with the editors or can you go with the IDEs? Okay, there has some software editors are there, editor softwares. You can install those editor softwares. If you want to install, okay, one of the editor called as a Visual Studio Code is the editor to write your Python programs. What is that? Visual Studio Code. It's a editor. Visual Studio Code. It's a editor. It is given by the Microsoft people. It's a open source. It means what? Come on. It means what? Need to pay or not required? If it is like a open source, no need to pay any amount. So that directly go to the, okay, go to internet. Okay, just you can type like Visual Studio Code. Okay, just you can go to that, you can click on this and you can download for Windows or some other operating system based on your requirement. You can download your VS Code, Visual Studio Code editor. Once you download and installed, now you can see, now you can see your VS Code in your mission like this. Now see this, there has one icon is there, right? Like this you can. Understood everyone? Now open this editor. Now if you open this editor, not only for Python, you can go, most of the times you can go with the UI related client application development purpose also, we are going to use this particular editor. Now see this editor, very simple, just spend 2 minutes on this editor. How many sections are there in this editor? If you observe this, how many sections are there? Okay, let me go to the new window. So, but for better understanding purpose, let me go with the new window. So this is my new window. Tell me, here there has multiple sections you can see. The first section, all the icons are there. If you click on this one, you can see there has two more sections you can see here. The second section, what you know, your project folder you can open here. What is my project folder? Okay, let's go to your Python. This is my project folder. Just think like that. In my project folder, how many files I can write? Okay, this is the project, for example. See, you can write any number of files. Observe here, this is my icons section, and this is my explorer. Okay, application, your application. Okay, the folder which contains all your source code, the main folder you can open here. If you want to create, see, there has a second section, third section. Na? Put the cursor on the third section. Okay, nothing is there. But if you hover or if you enter into the second section, you can see these four icons or not. Did you observe? See this. The first icon, new file. Now, can I write one Python file, 1.py. Now here, print hello world. See, this program, don't think about this program. We'll discuss deeply in our next session. Our goal is like set up the environments, run the program in multiple environments. That is our goal. Now see, I written this code. That's it. How many sections you can see now? One is like icons. Okay, your Explorer, set your GitHub related, all these extensions. So there has multiple. Okay, here we can say like a GitHub Copilot short, like this multiple icons are there. Now the second section is related to your folder, your file explorer path. Okay, second section. Third section for what purpose? In the second section, which file you want to modify or if you want to add or delete something. Okay, the third section, clicked file is going to open. You can add some stuff or not. You can add some code here. Yes or no? Now see here, if the file you made some changes, for example, if I made some changes like this, see here, there has a dot is there. If I save this one, now it is like what? Cross mark is there. If I add some extra stuff, if you do some change, then the time it is looking what? It is like, looks like a dot. Whenever you see the dot, that means you not saved that particular file or not. You can save it like this. Understood? About the VS Code, total 3 sections. First section is like an icon section. Second one is like Explorer. Okay, that means your folder Explorer, your folder, your application folder. Third section is like in your application, which file you want to modify. Okay, that particular file you can click. It is opened in your third section. In this section, you can see all your source code or not. Agreed? Come on, up to here okay or not, everyone? Up to here okay or not? Now see, you written the code. I want to run the program or not, I want to run it. How we can run? I said like only 3 sections. Now I want to open, I want to add one more section. Okay, that is terminal. See this, terminal, new terminal. See, there has one more section opened or not. In this section, you can run your Python program. Which program you want me to run? Okay, 1.py. Now see my hello world, my SS printed or not? Why? Because it's not, okay, it is not saved. You deleted, but it is not saved. So here, for example, if I add like a Sachin, now if I run this program, now see, hello world and Sachin is visible or not. This is the command to execute your Python file or not. Internally, what is the procedure? That is our next level discussion. Our goal, I already told to you, set up environment and run one simple statement in your environment. Understood, everyone? Okay, can you install the VS Code? Okay, just install the VS Code. Up to here, you can complete. We'll see remaining things in the next session. Okay, any questions, anyone? Anyone have any questions? No? Okay then. We'll continue remaining things in the tomorrow session. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining.